I wanted to piggyback on some things you were talking about yesterday and today, that with the fight having the parallels to Ali versus Frazier. With the passing of Ali, as with any great figure, you see an uptick in specials and documentaries and things like that. When does it become too much or too little when people start creating content around a figure like, say, Muhammad Ali?
About Muhammad Ali, you have to understand, Muhammad Ali was not only a great athlete, but he was one of the most influential people in shaping our social views of the time. So Muhammad Ali was well more than a sports figure. I mean, just the way people will continue to tell the story of Martin Luther King, they will be telling the story of Muhammad Ali, but his exploits in the ring, but more importantly, what he meant to this country and the rest of the world.
As we look at the road, we finally are here at the rematch, Wilder Fury 2. People thought, once Fury came over the top ring, that was going to be the end of it. As someone who's worked in this industry for as long as you have, how difficult, or what would you say, where would you place this fight in difficulty of being made compared to other difficult fights you might have worked on in the past?
There was absolutely no difficulty in making this fight. As a matter of fact, when we came on the scene, they were ready to make this fight. We stopped it because we felt that it could use an additional build-up with Fury fighting twice more in the United States. We were right. We got lucky that Al Heyman made a deal with Fox, so we got Fox into the mix. But obviously, this fight is so much bigger than it would have been if there had been an immediate rematch when it was scheduled.
When you look at Wilder and Fury, and from my observation, they seem to have quite a great deal in common. They're both family men. They're very, very passionate people. They come from a group of people who suffered various types of oppression during their lives. What do you think is the most similar about the two of them? What do you like most about both of these men?
Well, they're both highly intelligent people in addition to being great athletes. And they have the ability to express themselves in their own way because they are from different backgrounds. But they are both communicators. Like I told people how great it is for a promoter to have a fight where you have the participants are like super salesmen.
When we are on the road to Saturday night, it's an anticipated rematch. We have both of the networks buying in. When you have two networks that are working together to promote this kind of fight, has that been your experience before? What do you anticipate?
The only experience I had before of two networks promoting a fight was a terrible experience. It was the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight because the two networks, they each had sports departments, HBO and Showtime, that were boxing department. They were a small part of the business because HBO is not a sports network, neither is Showtime. And these guys fought like cats and dogs. The promoters ended up fighting like cats and dogs. This has been different. ESPN and Fox are two major entities. They know how to work together. They're adults. They know the big picture. And when promoters like myself, Tom Brown, Al Heyman saw this, we followed suit. So that's why this has been such a collegial kind of promotion, because the people with the muscle, like ESPN and Fox, brought that to the table.
Where is boxing now? We have a lot of entities, a lot of competing factors, a lot of platforms, a lot of places where people can consume it. Is boxing ready to be back above the fold, as they say?
Right. To paraphrase the State of the Union, the state of boxing is very strong now. With the backing of Fox and ESPN, it's become a major sport again in this country. And I think it will only get bigger and more important because after all, Fox and ESPN are businesses, and they know that it is profitable on their behalf to promote the sport of boxing. So that's great. It hasn't been this strong in 30 or 40 years.
What do you think that Top Rank does best that has given you all this success all these years?
Well, is when if you're in this boxing promotion business, you keep getting knocked down, and then if you can get up and you don't quit, then that's the secret of my staying power. I've taken some terrible blows, over 55 years, but I've always gotten up and recovered from the blows and pursued my dreams. That's what it takes for it to be a successful promotion company.
And lastly, Lomachenko, Crawford, what can we expect from them?
Well, Loma's going to fight Lopez next, and we're finalizing a date, probably announce it next week, and Terrence will be fighting before the end of June.
More than that before the end of the year? Well, 2-3 more times or beyond those
Terrence
two
will probably fight twice. He prefers fighting twice a year. Loma might fight 3 times next year, but that's up to Lopez, because Lopez is a pretty dangerous opponent for Lomachenko.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Arum.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.